Hustle hard like animals, knocking down another doors, chasing all the dollars, so my mama gon' be centerfold. Damien Dollar want to more, Damien Diamond solving more. Vision clear, we rack 'em up, make 'em real intangibles.
Welcome to the Intangibles Podcast, presented by VZN, the home for basketball content.
We would just want to shout out one of our sponsors for our podcast. We've partnered with Pinas Forward. So if you guys don't know Pinas Forward, basically it's a non-partisan, non-profit organization committed to enhancing democracy and promoting progressive societal advancements through digital-driven data and innovations in the Philippines. And this advocacy group strives to foster a technologically proficient, socially conscious, and morally guided Philippines through innovation grassroots strategies. And their commitment is involves creating initiatives such as eBoto, and which is a web-based digital democracy research ecosystem. And for further details, make sure to follow their programs and activities in all of their social media channels. They can be found in Instagram, Twitter, and as well as Facebook. So follow them, guys.
Good afternoon. Ay, good morning pala. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome back to the Intangibles Podcast. I'm Matt here with Lige and Phil. And today, katulad ng sabi ko last time, may sarili-sarili kami mga topic ideas, no? Yung gumawa nito wala. So, tingnan natin, let's see how we can arrange this better for you guys. Pero, ang pag-uusapan natin today is more on the NBA side. No, may konting PBA pero mamaya na yan. NBA side in terms of conspiracies. Conspiracies. Feel, magulat ka. Wow, mag-make. Wow, yan. Pang thumbnail. Oh.
Wag! Padre, ayoko na.
pang thumbnail yan. Yan lalagay ko sa thumbnail. Pero,
Hindi, okay na, oh.
ayan, so, pag-uusapan natin, siguro mga NBA conspiracies, no? At ang ito si Steph Curry nung All-Star Game, may nag-interview sa kanya na mga kung sino daw ang up next sa NBA, which is pag-uusapan din natin mamaya. Pero for now, NBA conspiracies. Magbibigay kami ng tatlo sa inyo guys. Tigta tatlo kami. Rank namin 3, 2, 1. Tapos yun yung aming ibabahagi sa inyo. Babahagi. Pero, sige, Phil. Ay, actually, ako na muna.
Teka lang, guys.
Muna.
Bawal na mag-ulit.
Pwede.
Pwede naman. Sige.
Huwag ka naman manggaya.
Tinanong ko kung bawal mag-ulit eh.
Ikaw na nga. Ha?
Para kay Phil.
Sige, Lige, ikaw na muna.
Okay, sige. So, actually,
Number
hindi ko na
three.
siya i-rank. Sa totoo
Hindi,
lang,
kailangan
hindi ko
ni-rank.
kailangan ni-rank. Kasi,
Oo, number 3.
Number 3 ko is yung first retirement ni Michael Jordan. So,
Man.
actually, na-mention to sa sa Last Dance. More of like a publicity stunt siya.
Ayun.
In a sense na I mean, the fact na sobrang bata pa ni MJ nun. Tapos,
Kaka-champion lang.
kaka-champion lang. There was no way na si David Stern papakawalan na si MJ kasi he was the face of the league during that time. And siguro it's a publicity stunt in a sense na I'm not sure, I couldn't really speak for that era, pero assuming na let's say bumaba yung ratings nun and nung umalis sa MJ, of course na parang nagrereklamo yung mga views na ano ba yan, hindi namin makakanood.
Mhm.
Importante talaga namin MJ sa
Yeah.
sa what do you call this, sa league na yon. So, yung purpose nun is to kind of like hindi naman spoil, parang kumbaga trippings strategy ni David Stern para basta rin yung mga fans. Pag bumalik si MJ, ayan, manunood ulit magkakaroon ulit ng maraming views on NBA. So,
Isn't that yung parang parang sinabihan na parang parang addict daw kasi sa kakasugal si Michael Jordan.
Feeling ko
Kaya
yung,
pinaalis daw siya secretly.
Yun yung sasabihin ko. I'll switch it
yung
up.
pinaka-reason, honestly, talaga kasi na nag-baseball siya is I think he wanted to fulfill his dad's dream. Kasi di ba, parang yun yung gusto niya when he was a child.
Oh.
Pero it was a publicity, it was a conspiracy in a sense na there was no way na that's gonna be MJ's last game, di ba? It's gonna be his like retirement. During
Yeah.
that time, parang people was gonna realize na hindi, babalik pa to.
Sige. Ako next ko. Ako, number 3 ko. Ito binanggit nila off camera, pero number 3 ko lang to. Number 3 ko was the Patrick Ewing draft. Yun yung parang, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, Patrick Ewing was like the coveted number 1 overall pick nung time na yon. Na kung sino man makakuha sa kanya, sobrang taas ng parang, I mean, siguro sobrang special nun para sa team na yon. And I forgot his name, pero David Stern had this one guy who was arranging all these picks na parang ano siya, bakal. Parang bakal na whatever with all the teams there, and then kung sino man yung bubunutin, yun daw yung number 1 pick or whatever pick. Yung time daw na yun, the Knicks were like yung pinaka pinapanood, pinaka TV worthy, high class, whatever. Sila yung mga pinakasikat nun. And nilagay yung nag-aayos ng mga teams na yon, inayos daw in a way na mahahalata na Knicks yung makukuha nila for the number 1 pick, which is tutupiin ng slight or parang ano bang ginawa nila doon, parang pinalo, tinupi in a way na may curve yung metal
Parang,
box
may curve.
ng Knicks. So para pag kinuha daw, yun daw. And parang may mga in-interview na parang di naman nila dinideny. Pati si David Stern di dinideny na yun yung ginawa nila. Sinabi lang niya na parang kung yun yung iniisip nila, at least we're getting talked about, we're getting views, we're getting publicity, pero never naman yung dineny. So we never knew kung yun talaga yung nangyari. Yung number 3 ko. Phil.
Number 3. This was a Netflix already, pero ito mo in general, NBA game fixing. Pero more specifically, yung 2007 NBA betting scandal ni Tom Donahue.
Di ba Tim?
Tim, sorry.
Tom
Donahue.
Can
For
you
context,
fact check this? Hindi ko sigurado. Tim Donahue, yung ba yun?
yeah, it's Tim Donahue. I don't know how to say his last name.
Minsan
Donahue.
Oh,
But anyway, he was the NBA referee who bet on his own games. Imagine nyo, an NBA referee in a game, he would bet on those games. So basically, he already knew who's gonna win in those games, no? Because he was in control. So medyo nakakagulat rin yun. May totoo pala, yung mga ibang conspiracy, totoo pala na game fixing really happens in NBA.
pero
Yung scandal yan, napakalaki.
ayon sa kanya, based daw kasi sa experience niya, maraming refs daw na may preferred na players. So pag nagko-call daw sila ng games,
isa pa yun.
hindi talaga tinatawagan. So based daw doon, alam na niya kung sino mananalo. Based on observation. Hindi ko alam kung totoo yun, pero grabe naman, di ba? Ganun ba yun? Sino yung may ref na may ayaw kay Chris Paul?
Scott Foster.
Yun, si Scott Foster.
Yun, galing.
Nasa liga pa rin yun, pero nasa Netflix series, isa daw siya sa mga binabanggit na pangalan na ng bibet daw sa games.
Mukhang veteranong referee na eh. So, malaki yung power niyan sa NBA.
Ganun ba yun? Ganun ba yun?
Hindi natin alam. Malay mo.
Bakit tayo? Senior na tayo. Pero bakit parang ganun pa rin?
Ayun na nga po.
Parang pantay-pantay pa rin no?
Oo. Parang tayo pa nga yung parang freshman eh. Ito lang.
Ewan, malay natin.
Sabi niyan.
You have to assert your dominance, Lige. Mag-assert ka ng... Nako. Sige, Lige, sige.
Talaga mga homegrown. Di ba guys?
Mga homegrown mababait. Tama yan.
Anyways, second ko. Ngayon ko nga lang nalaman na ako nga, no, ang daming pwede pagpilian. Pero, since we're ranking this, yung second ko yung frozen draft. Frozen envelope. Yung kay Patrick Lee.
Yeah,
Because that's
Frozen Envelope.
probably like the most obvious, di ba, of the conspiracy theories. And it's one of the few conspiracy theories na baka totoo nga, di ba? So,
Mhm.
I have to put that there. And considering na, as far as I know, David Stern is a Knicks fan rin, di ba? As far as I know.
Hindi ko
Correct me
sure
if
yan.
I'm wrong.
Hindi ko
Pero
sure yan.
the fact na, ayun nga, Knicks fan siya, it's the more na viable yung yung conspiracy theory na yun.
Right. Okay. Akin, number 2 ko. Ewan ko kung naalala niyo to. Pero number 2 ko would be the CP3 trade veto ni David Stern sa trade nila na mapupunta si Chris Paul papuntang Lakers pero kinancel out niya.
Para kanina yan?
Chris Paul for
Sport.
Alam mo raw doon ba?
let me double check. Balikan kita. Pero ang ayon kasi that trade would make the Pelicans Pelicans or Hornets ba yun at the time, a contender. At ang conspiracy daw doon, but hindi niya pinatuloy kasi gusto niya mabenta yung Hornets or Pelicans. Ano ba? Whatever New Orleans was back then. Gusto niya maging ma-attract ang isang buyer. And for that to happen, kailangan magmura yung team. So, kailangan hindi sila ganun kagaling. So, yun kaya niya kinancel. Kasi yung ini-explain niya yun, parang masyadong magiging malakas yung Lakers, whatever, magiging super team. Kita mo naman years after kung ano mga nangyari sa mga teams, diba? So parang medyo unreasonable reason na yun from David Stern for that to happen.
Bale.
He got backlash for that, pero ayun. So sige, Phil, explain mo yan habang hinahanap ko yung trade offer na yan.
Yung?
Explain mo, second pick mo habang hahanapin ko yung offer na yun.
Ako, I'd put number 2 yung kay the MJ retirement niya. Yung period ng 1993-1995. Pero, I believe na
Because of the gambling rin eh.
because of the gambling talaga.
Oo.
Kasi,
Pero
at
for me,
that
more
time
of
rin
publicity stunt talaga siya.
publicity. Sige, pwede rin. Pero ako, at that time
Pero
rin,
yun yung nakasabi sa sources because of parang gambling suspension daw.
pero at that time rin, nakita ko kasi, some NBA players yan, not just NBA pati other sports, uso nung years na yun ang gambling. So,
Na-mention nata ni Gilbert Arenas yun sa isang podcast niya.
baka pwede rin. So, yun sa akin. Pero yung gambling addiction ni MJ, alam ko sobrang lala kasi it involved his family rin eh. May nabasa ako ganun. So,
Delikado
yun,
yung mga
alam.
sources mo. Delikado.
Pero-
May nabasa akong ganun. Grabe.
Pero legit articles to, no? From news articles. So, yun. But I think that's number 2. Kasi that's huge naman talaga, di ba? Imagine mo, the GOAT himself leaving the league for how many years. Siyempre, magugulat lang lahat ng tao, but biglang papakawalan niyo yung yung the man of the sport. So, yun. Nakakagulat talaga.
Ito, bago magsimula sila sa number 1, nakita ko na yung deal. Ayan. Paul would become a Laker, forming a star-laden backcourt with Kobe Bryant. The Rockets would receive Lakers forward Pau Gasol, and the Hornets would get veteran forwards Lamar Odom and Luis Scola with young guards Kevin Martin and Goran Dragic, plus a 2012 first-round pick.
Holy shit. Who had... Ay, 2012. Sino ba mga 2012?
Sino ba sa 2012 draft? Sino ba yun?
Check mo.
Sino?
Check ko.
KD? KD ba 2012?
AD.
AD. Okay, ayun.
Yung year nila 80.
Pero, yun nga, that would, looking at the trade, mukhang mapapalakas ng sobra yung Hornets.
Hornets. Maging super. Parang grabe na.
na na hindi na sila mataas masyado yung value para ibenta, which is it makes sense. Ayan, okay,
Pero,
sige.
gusto ko lahat, parang, kung, di ba kasi di na yung tinuloy, feel ko rin parang conspiracy, parang it just shows na the NBA are trying to keep the, no, pinaka-popular teams talaga, steady.
Pero,
I mean,
feeling ko hindi sila magka-champion kung si Chris Paul din nandun. Kinailangan ni Kobe si Pau Gasol para mag-champion eh.
Bagay, tangin na. Bread and butter na yan. Kailangan
Yung
yan.
yung pick and roll nila, hindi ko
Pick and roll, di ba? Yun lang.
wala. Feeling ko a young Chris Paul wouldn't help Kobe win that championship. So, ayun. Sige, Lige, number 1 mo.
ayun, yung conspiracy theory na yung sa number 1 ko, I wouldn't not really sure if for others most iconic conspiracy theory siya. Pero the reason why I have it at number 1, it's because it's the most hilarious and funniest conspiracy theory. Yan, ito yung
Ano to?
parang nag-fake injury si Paul Pierce noong 2005. Para lang daw para jumebs lang siya.
Para mag-CR.
Oo. Sinabi niya to, on a recent date, I think before pandemic. Tapos right after nung naging meme yun, in-explain daw niya na joke lang yun, pero parang na-injure talaga siya nung time, nung nangyari yun. Pero with that being said, I call bullshit in a sense na, no pun intended.
Yun na nga ako.
The fact na i-mention mo na nag-walk out ka ng NBA Finals just to take, para magbanyo ka. Then, few years later, you're gonna say na it was a joke. Like, why would you say it, after all, di ba?
At saka
So,
bro,
feeling
yung freak injury niya, kinailangan siya mag-wheelchair.
Oo.
Parang hindi ka makakabalik ng ganun-ganun lang sa laro. Kung,
Magic yun. Magic.
grabe naman yun.
Why would you say it? Why would you say it anyway, di ba? Parang sobrang weird joke naman yun na.
Oo nga, ba't
tumae.
may joke?
And he said na it's just a joke, guys. Na I did turn my MCL. Na bullshit. Feeling ko tumae ka talaga nung time na. Which
Okay.
is very funny, and I think feeling ko totoo yun. Na
Oo.
nag-value break lang siya nung game na yun.
Pero ang talino nun,
Kasi the fact na bumalik agad siya, di ba? MCL.
Pero pre, matalino yun in a sense na mental sa kalaban na parang yung star player na injure. Kung yun talaga yung inisip niyang gawin, sige, maniniwala ako. Pero nung sinabi niya bigla yung
hindi.
na CR
Hindi, isipin mo kasi naglalaro ka ng basketball, di ba? Tapos hindi mo na talaga kaya. So, instead of saying, Coach, can I leave the floor? I need to take a shit.
Grabe naman yun no?
May
Grabe naman yun.
nakahanap siya ng leeway, di ba? Nakahanap siya ng palusot. So, from there, malalaman mo talaga na baka totoo nga.
Insane.
Banyo break siya.
Oo. Sige, ako number 1 ko would be the rigging of the Game 6 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. Down 3-2 sa series ang Lakers nun with giving the chance. I think down 3-2 if I'm remembering this correctly. Pero down sa 3-2, giving the Sacramento Kings the best chance they can get to make the finals and probably win. We will never know after such a long time. Pero kasi alam mo yung sinabi ni Phil, may mga game fixing ganyan. You can always blame the refs for something na kasi hindi natawag yung ganito, mali yung tawag sa ganyan. Pero yung game talaga na yon, nanalo ang Lakers papuntang to get them to the finals. Yun talaga maraming nagsasabi na dapat nanalo ang Sacramento noon dahil parang may time ata doon na nasiko si Chris Webber sa mukha tapos siya pa yung tinawagan ng foul. Parang yun ata yung mga ganong klaseng tawag ginukuha nila, parang sunod-sunod na natatawag yung mga foul sa kanila. Parang Vlade Divac got fouled out strict yung mga refs sa coach nila at the time.
Hindi lang yun, makita mo yung reactions talaga eh.
Oo.
Ano yung natatawa na sila,
Oo.
naiirita. Yung gumagulat eh.
Mhm.
Ewan ko, parang... Yung ito pa, nabasa ko. Si pala tayo yun, si Mike Bibby pala yun. Nasiko ni Kobe. Nasiko ni Mike Bibby si Kobe. Na dapat, according to sources, na parang yung contact daw much more than a flagrant foul, parang pero second foul lang ni Kobe yung nakuha. Tapos sa kabila sobrang lambot ng tawag and all of that. Nahanap ko na rin yung sinasabi mong pangalan. Si Tim Donaghy.
Yan. I don't know how to say it. How do you say it? Donaghy.
Di ko alam. Pero siya na mismo nagsabi, Sacramento had the best team in the league.
Then lakas nga naman Sacramento. They were stuck. Let's admit, they were stuck.
Yep.
So,
And
team
ayun.
Sayang. Sino ba
According
kalaban nila ng finals nun? Yung Lakers.
2002? Di ba?
Yeah, I forgot.
Sino ba? Spurs ba yun, Legs? Hindi.
2002 sa finals?
Philly?
Oo.
Ay.
Gago. Baka West ang Spurs.
Ay,
Sorry.
gago. Sino East?
Philly. Ay,
Pistons? Ay, Pistons. Hindi pa na.
hindi. 2003 nag-champion yung ano.
2002 NBA
Yan
Nets?
Di ba yun?
Nets
Nets?
lang kalaban
Yung
nila.
na-sweep. Yung ba yun? Yung na-sweep
Yeah,
nila
bro.
yung Nets?
Hindi ko alam.
Ito, yeah, 4-0. 4-0.
Oo, yun yung na-sweep nila yung Nets. Pero mo kung nanalo Sacramento doon, baka sila pa yung nag-champion.
Para kaya ng Kings yun. Kaya.
According pa kay
Damn,
Bill
right?
Simmons, and writing for ESPN at the time, Bill Simmons called it, from an officiating standpoint, the most one-sided game of the past decade. So, yun yung pinaka-controversial feeling ko na game at the time. So, ayun.
Ay, Showtime Lakers eh. One of the biggest teams, organizations ever in NBA.
True. They wanted. At saka kasi Nets yung nakapasok. So, pag Kings at saka Nets yun, ang baba ng sales.
Pwede rin. Oo nga, no. Okay yan ah. Okay na
Ang
yan
baba ng sales sa finals. So, hindi mo
Pwede.
masabi.
At that time, baka siguro ayaw ng NBA ng ganun. Diba?
Ngayon, I would love that,
Oo, I think people would love that now. Bigla nila.
Hindi yung mga big time teams yung nakakapasok ng
mga low bottom.
Oh, pero, ayun.
Bigla naman.
That's my number one. Okay,
That being said, ay, sige.
Huwag ka na mamaya sa Spurs mo.
Hindi.
Ano?
Sige. Si Phil lang muna.
Maiba naman akin ah. Nakita ko to eh.
Siyempre. Ewan ko na lang, hindi mo nakita.
Magic Johnson ito conspiracy. Magic Johnson does not have HIV. There's some rumors and debates. Parang half enough. Kasi daw, he was kicked out of the league for paano ba i-bleep? Parang being with the minor kasi. Baka yun yung isa daw reason na
Talaga?
cover up lang yung HIV. Parang lang isa daw yun. Tapos there are some resources, parang kasi sa mga articles, sinabi nun, lalo na sa documentary, parang walang proper, ang tawag dito, proof na he was infected with HIV. So parang ngayon. Pero kasi, sobrang laking issue rin yun that time. Kasi magagulat ka rin, di ba? Out of everyone, Magic Johnson, di ba? Nakagulat din yun. Na
pero big time ang HIV. Like in itself, HIV mo bigat yun. Kaya I don't know if...
Yeah. Pero we don't know rin. Yeah. Malaking burden. Malaking issue lang rin yun na yung nagkaroon sa sickness nun. Tapos parang NBA, yung safety protocols nila nun sa mga players, parang lala. Minsan nga lang na parang may mga games pa nga natigil dahil na sa issue na yan.
COVID.
Parang ganun. Pero grabe nga naman yung early 90s HIV virus na yan. Changed the world.
Pero, ang HIV more of kasi siya, di ba?
Sexually transmitted.
Oo.
Pero hindi pa nila ata alam nun before eh.
Kaya it's still, alam mo yun, it's still cliche in a sense na sexually transmitted siya kasi COVID, di ba, more of talaga siya. Virus.
Bagay, oo.
Pero kasi
Kaya-
nung time na yun, alam ko may sinabi si Larry Bird nun na parang nagulat mga tao na lumapit si Larry Bird kay Magic Johnson kasi kala nila ganun-ganun lang
Oo,
kadaling
parang ganun.
matatransfer.
Yeah, oo.
Hindi ko alam kung may idea na sila at the time na kailangan ganun siya. Na parang sexually transferred. Pero, basta yun.
Yeah. Hmm.
Ano yung sinasabi mo kanina, Lige?
And,
Like,
pagdating lang kasi sa Sacramento versus Lakers, diba? The fact na kailangan pa ng Lakers ng tulong sa refs. Wala lang. I'm not hating though, pero it's really hard to think about how people really rank Kobe in the top 5.
di
Diba?
2002 is
Damn!
rough.
Bro,
Ibang
damn!
ano to, ibang
Bakit mo naman
conversation.
nilagay yun?
Wala lang. Everyone, I mean, all of us loves Kobe naman. Diba? Everyone has the most, has the
Grabe
utmost
nga naman yun.
respect to Kobe.
2002 was a rough day at the time in the league. Yung Nets
Ay,
finals.
yun yung Jordan natin, ba't mo ginaganyan?
Ha?
Yun yung
Yung alin?
Jordan nung time natin, ba't mo ginaganyan?
Alam ko, pero we were kids back then. Diba?
Ano yun yung organization? Huwag si Kobe.
Oo nga, ba't
Hindi naman si Kobe. The Lakers as a whole.
Let's
Diba?
admit, sobrang powerful ng Lakers kasi nga, sobrang sikat nila. Sobrang winning team.
Which is why it's hard to, alam mo, parang mapapaisip ko na lang na, wow, Lakers fan pala ako dati.
Oo nga, no? I would hate myself before.
Showtime Lakers. Woo!
I'm one of
There was a
those
time
fans
na
na I would hate
wanted-
before.
It's really weird na there was a time na Kobe fan pa ako, Lakers fan pa ako. Tapos out of nowhere, may what they call this, di naman convert, pero in a sense na mas okay na mag-root for other teams besides the Lakers.
To be
For
fair,
example,
lagpas na sila sa point na yun. Mga 2009, 2010 na ako naging
2010.
Kobe fan. Oh, pero wala naman ng yun. Wala naman ng halong... Kasi yung sa 2002, medyo may gets ko pa eh. Na parang,
2011.
ayoko maging fan nito, yung mga medyo dinadaya or whatever. Pero 2010, 2011, 2009, yung
Regular
time
yan,
na yun.
laban na yan. Bakbaka.
Oo, basta 2011, alam mo na, youngest MVP, bro.
Putang
Yun
ina.
na nga.
Oh no.
Ito
Kaya
na.
na nga, nilagay na okay na. Next topic.
Speaking of the youngest MVP, no? Ayan.
Oh, ay.
Speaking of the youngest MVP, yun nga, binanggit ko kanina, Steph mentioned during an All-Star Game interview, let me check. I'm not sure who the other person was. He was asked who would be the next up after KD, LeBron, and him leaves the NBA. Ang sagot niya, SGA, Doncic, di ko na sure kung isa, pero Anthony Edwards ata. Parang yun yung mga binanggit niyang pangalan. Ako, initially, when do you guys think like the initial passing of the torch happens? Like ano yung parang nagiging turning point ng mga players para okay, ng mga fans na makikita nila okay, ito na yung
I'll start.
Oh, sige.
Ayun. As much as I agree na in terms of the best young players, I agree na si Luka, SGA, and Ant are the best rising, not rising stars, parang young superstars. And Jokic and Giannis being the best and second best interchangeable players. I don't really think either of those names I've mentioned are gonna be the next phase of the NBA. Ito, I'll explain. It's just that yung time kasi ni LeBron, alam mong what do you call this? Grabe yung gap na everyone knows na halatang halata na the best player is LeBron, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos right now, sobrang diverse na kasi ng NBA. Sobrang spread out na ng talent. And that's the case. The fact na, you could say na Jokic is the best player. It's close eh. It's parang there are days na it would seem like one player, parang another player is like the best player. Tapos, some days, it's like this player na who's gonna be the face of the NBA. So it's really hard talaga to say na either Luka, SGA, or si Anthony Edwards. Kasi sobrang sobrang close na ng gap. That
Yeah.
being said, it's not really more of the talent. It's really more of the publicity like a certain type of player has. And this, parang in terms of marketability.
Hanep. Okay, in-depth na tayo dito.
Hindi, magsasabi sana na ako ng pangalan. Pero
Which is?
I'm pretty sure alam niyo na kung sino sasabihin ko.
Which is
I'll leave my biases aside. Pero kasi,
Wembanyama.
tingin ko na, sobrang grabe ng hype ni Wemby. Kasi the last player that has got that much hype is not Luka when he was a rookie. It wasn't SJ when he was a rookie.
Di ba Zion?
It wasn't Ant when he was a rookie. Zion, pero
Zion.
more comparable kay the hype that LeBron got eh. Yung how Wemby's hype is getting, di ba?
Yeah.
Which is why parang you could say na ayun nga, bias nga. Pero I'm trying to leave my bias as much as possible. I would say na Luka, SGA, and right now they're much better than Wemby. Pero the fact yung marketability talaga ni Wemby. And the fact na the Spurs are the worst team in the West. Di ba? Nobody knows that kasi
Tama.
Naku po.
kasi yung
sinabi.
what you call this, yung media focus talaga kay Wemby. The fact na they're forgetting worst na they are the worst team in the West, whether they don't care. Wemby's there, di ba? The fact na ayun nga, rookie pa siya. Yung hype na that Luka got when he was a second year, it wasn't as close as Wemby had in his rookie year. Pero Luka's second year, grabbing disparity nung galing niya with Wemby right now, I would say.
Pero I think the biggest yung parang magiging problema ng yung mga hype na ganyan was being compared to LeBron in the first place. Yung hype ni LeBron. Kasi nakikita mo by result eh. Kasi LeBron, di naman ata sila last seed nung pagpasok niya sa NBA.
Pero kasi,
Sure.
kaya grabe hype niya kasi he was coming from high school then.
No, pero kasi one, yun nga, hindi naman siya, as far as I know, I'll look it up right now, na hindi naman siya last seed. That's one. Number two, longevity, ang taas. Number three, lagi na sa final. So para ilagay mo yung hype na yun to a rookie, syempre medyo malaking problema
Unfair.
yun.
Medyo mahirap na.
Mm. Kay Wemby kasi, I think the most surprising is not because na ayun nga, generational siya. It's the fact na he is 7'5", pero sobrang fluid niya gumalaw. Forget na, alam mo yun, he can score, he can defend, he can, play make. It's just that, never naman nagkaroon kasi ng 7'5" na player, di ba?
Mhm.
Pero
Even though
for
you
me,
would say
I
na
think,
mas magaling yung rookie year ni LeBron, sige, pero he wasn't 7'5", di ba?
ayun na nga.
Bagay.
Pero sa tingin ko rin basis ng passing of torch, yung current career ng player na pinag-uusapan. Yung
Excuse me.
accolades na nananalo ng player ngayon. Parang ganun. Right,
Explain mo.
You can't put paano ba? Wait lang.
Try mo yun, Phil.
Ayun yun.
May tiwala
Kumano
kami
eh.
sa'yo. May
Hindi
tiwala
tayo
kami sa'yo.
Visualize what I'm trying to say.
Wait, ano yung mention about it? Sorry, actually, nawala rin ako. Wait lang, from the top.
Lalim ng topic, wala dito
From the top nga, from
yung
the top.
nag-isip ng topic nito, bad trip naman, no?
Medyo nawala rin ako, honestly.
Di ba, we're talking about passing the torch. Siguro one component doon is you have to base it with the current players accolades. So yung career history niya ngayon, championship, ng awards, niya, rookie first team ba siya?
So, okay, let's say si
All-Pro
Steph.
star.
Si Steph. So, sabihin natin sa'yo. Sige. Steph and Luka. Bigyan kita ng dalawang players, Steph and Luka, para sabihin niya si Luka yung next up, 'di ba?
Needs to win a championship.
Sa point mo, anong ibig sabihin nun? Bakit si Luka yung inaano niyang passing sa torch? Kasi hindi ko mag-gets pre yung sinasabi mo.
Hindi, I think yung sinasabi ni Phil kasi, it's more of, in order for you to become like the face of the league and credible sa pagiging receiving that torch, kailangan may na-accomplish ka na. So, ang sinasabi niya, with that being, sa pagkaintindi ko, the only players who are worthy of getting that torch among the players who are, alam mo yun, still in their prime or up and coming. Dalawa lang,
Giannis.
si Jokic and Giannis. That's what I'm getting, di ba?
Pero
Kasi
passing of the
nakapag-check, sila
torch
pa rin
because
nakapag-check.
they're not that young.
Yun nga eh. Kaya nga that's why I mentioned na it's really hard to say na there's gonna be the one-man face of the league kasi sobrang diverse na nga ng ano eh.
Which is
Ng-
actually good for
ng
the
talent.
NBA.
Honestly. So it's better na
Tawag ng
walang
competition
face.
talaga.
Same. Competition.
Kasi during nung prime ni LeBron, you would say na unique player si LeBron eh. Si
Right.
Luka, although unique siya,
May
you
katapat na siya
wouldn't really
ngayon.
say
Ah.
you wouldn't really say ano, 'di ba? Parang one of a kind talent siya kasi sobrang dami ng talented players sa NBA ngayon.
Tama lang.
So in this generation, parang hirap talaga masabi na will there be like a LeBron type of player, a Steph Curry type of player. Kasi ayun nga, we could see the peak evolution of the game.
Actually,
Siguro pwede yun rin tingnan, yung evolution of the game.
ito magandang
That's why it's hard. It's getting harder talaga.
Ito, sakto. Kasi may pinag-usapan kami nung in-interview ko kanina, no? Na malalaman nyo na lang after this week. So, pinag-usapan namin na, ito, hint na lang, he trains kids. So, pinag-usapan namin
Ang
na,
galing! Ang ganda ng hint!
na former player that trains kids. Ayan. So, pinag-usapan namin kasi na nahihirapan siyang mag-train ng kids because yung evolution ng game, dapat mostly nagiging all-around ka na. We mentioned about Chris Paul na being called the last generation of a actual floor general, an actual point guard kasi puro points guard na ang nangyayari. We mentioned people like Al Jefferson, Zach Randolph, type players na back to the basket bigs talaga maglaro kasi ngayon meron na mga Wemby, may mga Holmgren, may mga Embiid, may mga Jokic, may mga ganun type of players na kaya maglaro sa labas kahit sobrang laki nila. Kailangan ngayon lahat ng players sobrang all-around na. Which is why mahirap, into your point, na magkaroon ng revolutionary player katulad ni Steph Curry that revolutionized the three-pointer. Kasi lahat na ngayon may kayang gumawa ng ganun. Not at his level, pero most of the players kaya nang gumawa ng ganun nang hindi lang siya yung magawa. Wemby, di mo na pwedeng ever sabihin na may mga big na kayang gumalaw katulad niya kasi after this, magkakaroon ng mga ganun. Pero meron ng mga big na kayang gumalaw katulad niya. Bro, as much as we hate to admit, Bol was like that. He's just not as good. Pero he can move like that.
Pwede. Tama. Si Bol.
He's not as good, but he can move like that. So it's not something we've never seen before. It's just special kasi magaling si Wemby. Pero, yun nga, to his point a while ago, masyadong marami ng players ang kalangan lahat na gagawa mo. And dun sa, yung point ni Ledge, wala eh. All around na lahat eh. So, parang mahirap na rin. Maging iconic, kumbaga.
Yeah, which proves my point kanina. Na, nga, the fact na Wemby can do everything is not the one that's what makes him generational. It's the actual fact na he is 7'5". Kasi, there are 7-footers who can do what Wemby does, di ba? Embiid, Holmgren, Bol, if he tries, Jokic can do that. Pero not one of those players are 7'5". Which is why the closest one who can be the next face of the NBA is a guy who's 7'5", because yun yung the most unique thing right now.
Actually, my point, kasi the way I see it, the next phase of the NBA, it was LeBron, then it was still LeBron pero may halong Steph na kasi may iba siyang ginagawa. Pero the only way that you can in this era of basketball na sobrang all around the mga players is for you to be the face of the league, you have to be good at everything but may isang bagay na kailangan mo make na special sa'yo. Which is
Parang walang parang
Kung si
parang
Wemby
walang
binabase
parang
yan,
walang ano,
balik-try ko na.
parang walang nangyayari.
Para maliit na player. Kailangan maliit na player.
So, kung gusto mo maging
Oh,
face of the
gusto mo yan? Muggsy Bogues pero sobrang galing.
Oh,
Na
diba
parang
yun?
dumadakdak. Ganun. As in, ganun na kahirap. Ganun na
maging
kahirap.
7'6 ka. Mas maging matangkad ka kay Wemby.
Oo, yun. Ang
Diba?
hirap. Ang
Ito
hirap
na lang,
maging
ito na lang.
face of the
Pata
league.
talaga eh. Ang hirap talaga.
Taco fall na na point guard skills. Mga
Oo,
ganun.
mga ganun. Mga 7'6 na point guard. Ayan. Kaya ka magiging face of the league. Yun,
So,
kaya mahirap.
In conclusion, there's no one player. It's gonna be faces of the league na.
Right. Unless yun nga, yung mga binanggit. Unless may
Hindi
ganun
siya
type.
singular thing na. And it's all because of the evolution of the game.
Which is good. Sa totoo lang. In my perspective, feeling ko, in my opinion, parang good yun na hindi nakaasa sa isang player kung sisikat yung league. Diba?
Tama.
Pero, I mean, it's still good. Hopefully, we can get like another Steph or another LeBron, another Kobe type, another Jordan type. Yung mga ganun type na players. Kaso medyo mahirap na rin magkaroon ng ganun yun. Okay, anyway, speaking of, kung kayo, sino sa tingin nyo, aside from sinabi mo, Lige, na si Wemby, sino sa tingin nyo ang magiging next phase of the league? Like, realistically, next phase of the league?
Best
Kasi-
bet ko, Luka.
Di pwede i-count si Giannis di ba? Hindi
Parang,
pwede.
kasi si Giannis parang nasa gitna ng dalawang era. Alam mo yun?
Pwede,
Parang
oo.
pinaggitnaan siya na dapat kung wala si LeBron siya yung magiging face at the time. Kung wala si Steph.
Ako Jokic ako kasi they're trying to push for yung market ng NBA parang inano nila lang world basketball. Parang ganun.
I said
Sorry to
realistic,
say-
bro. Kasi feeling ko si Jokic hindi pang media.
Do you know why it's hard to say Jokic? Kasi
Bakit?
yung equivalent niya is more of a Tim Duncan.
Oo, yung mga timing.
There was a time na he was the best
Okay,
player.
kung hindi si Jokic,
Wait
Luka.
lang.
Luka.
There was a time na he was the best player, di ba? Si Tim Duncan.
Oo.
Pero he was never the face of the league. He was
Parang
never
hindi nga
like,
siya Yeah.
he was never box office. Parang, he was parang behind Kobe's shadow.
He looks like a number
Even though
2 guy
during his
palagi.
time, di ba?
Parang
Hmm.
napansin ko
That's
ngayon.
why it's hard to say na
Ano,
Jokic.
mainstream. Kung ganun,
So,
ito
ayun nga, minention ko talaga, malaking chunk yung marketability dyan eh. Si Giannis yan eh. No, no disrespect kay Giannis, pero...
Mas ano naman si Giannis. Mas maano naman siya sa
Tama.
media.
Oo,
Kaya
ang ano.
pero...
Hindi, ang problema kasi kay Giannis, feeling ko talaga, at the time na talagang sumisikat siya, nagitnaan siya ni LeBron at saka ni Curry.
Curry, laban
Which is,
nila,
which is when you look at it in a media perspective, parang at this point, pag nawala na yung mga yon, parang nalagpasan na rin parang kahit hindi, kahit in age hindi, kahit in talent hindi, parang lumagpas na yung time niya. Kasi yung isipin nilang time niya is yung kasabay niya sila Steph, kasabay niya sila LeBron, 'di ba? Parang
parang right now rin, inaabangan ng mga tao yung mga talaga eh.
as in young.
Rookies at draftees talaga eh.
Sa to lang, mas maunahan pa tayo magkaroon ng new dynasty kaysa before makahanap tayo ng new face of the league.
Tama ka dyan.
Because the current dynasty as it stands, the current true dynasty na meron ng NBA ngayon, I would say would be the Nuggets. Kasi you can call it recency bias, pero they're the most consistent team rin kasi.
So parang wala pa rin nawawala na key player sa kanila, no? Yung core nila.
Oo. You could say the Celtics
wala
trend,
pa.
pero wala pa silang napapatunayan kasi, diba? Hindi ko pa sila alam mo yun.
Hindi pa sila, wala pang
Pero
arte.
very promising pa rin ng Celtics, ah. It's just that,
Problema,
alam
may
mo,
problema
parang
siguro.
lagi silang namamalasan. Lagi silang, alam mo yun, nabibitin.
Problema.
We'll see if this is gonna be their year.
Ako, feeling ko, Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Okay
Kasi
lang.
marketability of like his attitude kasi, yung tipong attitude niya. I would say not on non-bias non-bias. Shay pero hindi kasi medyo nonchalant siya, parang
Pang ano
off
lang
me
yan,
off
fashion,
off
pang fashion lang yan.
parang off the media siya 'di ba? Parang unless
Oo,
it's about fashion or i-interview niya sa play
We're
of the
forgetting
game,
about
parang
someone.
wala eh. Si Doncic, ganun din. Parang hindi mo naman siya masyadong ano sa media kasi kung marketability is a big chunk. Anthony Edwards.
Pero ang layo kasi, di ba? Kung isipin mo, when it comes to LeBron's marketability and stuff.
Grabe, no? Grabe talaga. Pag
So,
nawala si
when
Curry.
going
Pero
back to what
Steph when he started didn't have that.
pero going back to what Phil said, di ba? Parang kailangan dapat may accolades ka. So it's really hard to imagine na it's Anthony Edwards. Siguro more of who's the most entertaining na, di ba? Pero for me, the most entertaining, sabihin ko na, as much as we hate this dude, Ja Morant, just probably the most entertaining.
Ang
Morant.
problema feeling ko parang AI eh. Yung napakagaling,
More
napaka-entertaining
of a
pero
guy.
he's never gonna
Bro,
be the
going
face
to
of the
jail,
league.
bro.
Pero he's never gonna be the face of the
Injured.
league.
Talking about. He's just injured.
Pero he's never gonna be the face of the league because he's getting an AI type treatment kahit sobrang magkaiba yung nangyari pero parang AI type treatment na
Oh, pati yung mga
rebel,
ginawa niya
whatever.
nun, di ba?
Oo. Kaya ang hirap gawing face of the league yun eh. Buti sana kung face of the league na siya tapos ginawa niya yun, edi parang conspiracy na tatanggalin muna siya. Oh, diba? Parang Michael Jordan lang. Pero hindi talaga eh. Parang,
Ang hirap talaga. Wala eh.
sige, dahil mahirap, balik tayo. Dito na tayo sa Pilipinas, no?
PBA.
Ah, kasi may nasaga pa akong news.
Hindi na mo. Yan na.
Saan, yung at the time na hindi nakapasok si Kai sa NBA, i-relate na natin sa topic natin yun of the next superstars. San Miguel was willing to trade Junmar to get a chance to what sign or draft or whatever si Kai. CJ Perez and Scottie Thompson nagbe-best player of the conference after yung dominant reign ni Junmar ng sunod-sunod na taon na siya lang yung nagiging best player of the conference. The players na pinagkalakihan natin yung sila Alex Cabagnot na pupunta na kung saan-saan, si James Yap, ganun din. Parang
Water.
backwater na siya ngayon.
Oh.
Marcio tumatanda na,
Tama,
diba?
Gabe Norwood, nawawala na.
Gabe Norwood, unti-unting nawawala. Bo Belga, hindi na ganun kakupal sa mga kalaban niya, which is sayang.
Pumapayat na.
Pumapayat na rin si Bo Belga, diba? Hindi na siya big bow. So,
Medium.
nagiging ano na siya, nagiging college Bo Belga na ulit siya. Kaya,
dahil
given that, sa inyo, sa tingin niyo ba, sino magiging next player
PBA.
na pag-uusapan sa PBA?
Kit Jimenez.
Uy,
Wow.
Rising star, ah. Rising star.
It's really a wack conversation to say na next phase of the PBA, knowing na hindi naman patas yung liga, di ba?
Oy.
I'm out.
You can cut this or not. Don't.
Wala tayong kakat.
Pwede mo
Wala
akong,
tayong filter out.
pwede mo akong husgahin. This is what I feel about the PBA.
Next phase, pare. Hinebra
has to be
puno
someone
yan.
from Ginebra
Tama.
or San Miguel
Hinebra
or
puno
Top
dulo yan.
Tech.
Hinebra.
Kung hindi na PBA yun.
Scottie Thompson yan, pare.
Di ba?
Punot dulo yan,
It
Hinebra.
has to be Scottie Thompson or sino bang yung
CJ
player ng San
Perez.
Miguel?
Si J. Perez.
Kaka-
Yung dalawang
MVP
sinabi ko.
eh.
Yung dalawang sinabi ko pa.
Di ba? Which is why it's such a very whack talk to talk about face of the PBA. If hindi nga ganun ka, sige, let's use a different word.
Ka-wide
Hindi
yung
ganun ka
options.
distributed, di ba?
Wala, ganun. Scottie CJ, kaya na po bumoto. Yung sunod na phase
The
ng
next phase
PBA.
of the PBA? Local ba
Eh,
or
Ilagay ito
Local.
sa akin. Ito sa akin ilagay niyo dyan si Dwight Ramos tapos ang usapan. Yan
Pero
lang.
huwag naman sa Inebra, pre.
Yan lang. Tapos na yan.
Lagayin nyo yung Dwight Ramos sa Terra Firma, sa
Oo,
Blackwater.
wala pa yan.
Hindi. Lagayin mo si Dwight Ramos sa Terra Firma, Blackwater, Northport, or Phoenix. Pag yun,
Alam
nagawa
mo-
niyang pace of the league yun, baka mamaya, kala
Si
niyo.
Abando rin. Pabalik niya si Abando. Injured siya, I know, pero feeling ko
Kyle
iba
Tamayo,
yung...
pre, sa maglalaro.
Saan pwede maglaro yan?
Kyle
Bando?
Tamayo. Kyle Tamayo. Kasi bumalik na, wala na
Kyle
siyang
Tamayo.
kontrata.
Yung PBA?
Converge? Gusto ko siya mag-converge.
Converge? Converge para pang booster. Di ba gusto nila si Balti? Yan, pampalit. Tumahay.
Gusto nila na eh. Gusto nila yung Young Guns eh. If ako, token text kasi ako eh.
Mukhang
Habang
TNT. Hello, boss
hanggang-
yung TNT.
Hanggang
Pwede.
nandyan si Jason Castro, token text ako. Pero if
Ano
I'm
lang?
super non-biased talaga, I would root for Converge. Kasi sila talaga yung patas talaga and maganda yung long-term vision nila. It's just that rebase.
Ito na lang, pre. Ito, mas madaling tanong. Who will gonna be the next face of Philippine basketball players?
Dwight,
Dwight. It's right there. Is it the face? Lahat. Covers, everything. International
literally and figuratively.
Pare, FIBA FIBA. Siya nang inaano ng FIBA ng Pilipinas. Siya nang pinapokus.
Literally and figuratively. Dwight.
Grabe yung ano ni FIBA. Kung hindi si Dwight, si Kai.
Siya lang yung player na pogi na hindi pa pogi maglaro.
Yeah,
I just wanna voice that out. Lalo na sa Pilipinas, pre, kasi sobrang daming players sa Pilipinas na papogi maglaro. Di ko na i-mention, pero
Buti
ang
pa yung mga
dami.
pogi, simple. Yung talaga mga pogi, simple lang talaga maglaro, no, Lens?
Tapos ayun, yung lahat ng mga papoging players na naglalaro. Sinasabi ko, hindi kayo mas pogi kay Dwight. It's the fact na mas magaling pa si Dwight sa
Ito.
inyo.
Kung hindi si Dwight, tangin na,
Put your
wala
hands
na.
down,
Jordan
bro.
Clarkson. Yan ang lagay mo.
Jalen Green.
Yambaw.
Pwede. Pwede.
Malaki respeto kay KQ kasi he's a hard worker.
For real.
Pero
yung mga,
ayaw
yung
ba-
mga video ni Coach Migs, ito na. Shoutout.
Ano?
Coach.
Okay, shout out.
Grabe.
Shout out
Ano?
to- Pero, I just want to talk about may iba naman tayo sa Convo. Speaking of KQ, sino piliin nyo, Carl or KQ?
KQ.
Now,
KQ now.
Ako sabihin ko, Tamayo pa rin ako.
Carl ako. Ako rin.
Carl kayo?
Mas all around laro ni KQ, pero
Ako,
offensive
KQ ako dahil kaya niyang, marami posisyon. Yun sa akin.
individually, mas magaling si Carl. Mas,
Carl,
Parang-
I see him as lang.
Di
Stretch
mo mas,
four or
parang mas
wingman.
efficient.
Or wingman.
Mas efficient, mas
mas
solid.
all around maglaro si KQ, pero parang mas mapalag si Carl.
Define.
I'm
Ano
not
yung
sure
mas
if
papalag?
gets nyo. Mas mapalag in a sense na, let's say, mag-compete siya sa, let's say, Gilas, higher competition. Mas mag-shine si Carl Tamayo over KQ. I'm not saying na hindi mag-shine si KQ, pero
Ito na lang. Thursday, panoorin nyo. Gilas versus Hong Kong.
Pero-
Late nalalabas to, Phil, sa Saturday lalabas to.
Ay, sorry po.
pero very grateful to, pero we're very grateful na Carl Tamayo and KQ are playing, di ba?
Ano mo? Sabay
We're
sila.
And
very
it's crazy to think
Ganda.
about na naging teammates sila nung juniors.
Ganda tingnan, pare. Silang dalawa.
We're
Ako nung
very-
time nila,
We're very grateful na meron tayong malalaking tao na marunong gumalaw ng ganun.
Galing, no? Galing. Buti na lang, may modern day na tayo. Pwede na sila maging SF,
that being
PF.
said, Dwight Ramos pa rin.
Ako, Elijah Nadal.
Ay, naku, patay.
Wala nating Byron
Wala.
Loterio.
Ay,
Di ba?
Byron Loterio pa nga pala.
Byron
Grabe.
Loterio. Ang laban.
Nyeta, nag-aanuhan na lang tayo. Sige. One name
Michael
NBA
Jordan,
player.
the next Byron Loterio yun eh. Di ba?
Si Michael Jordan, next Byron.
Past, present, and future yun eh. Kaya talagang future of Philippine basketball si Byron.
So in short, the next phase of the NBA and the PBA is Byron Loterio.
Iron Player.
Oo.
Yun.
Ayan.
Period.
Okay. O,
Written
sige.
in the stone.
Past, present, future, Byron Loterio tayo. Yan ang pambato natin. Anyway, ina talaga ng palabas. Ay! Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode kahit medyo magulo. Pero ayun, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Please suggest more episodes we should do. And yeah, it's been fun. Lige, Phil, Matt. Peace and love, y'all. Stay safe. God bless.